It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on a Saturday morning, October 16th, 2021. I'm Chillie Falls, coming to you from Forest, Virginia, Central Virginia area, right outside of Lynchburg. A lot of to-do going on around us today, and right back over there, they're having some kind of a big state cross-country meet. There's 50, 60 buses of kids within 50, 60 yards literally of where I'm sitting right now. So anyway, big to do here at the Farm O Falls today. Today is Global Cat Day, folks. And I have been getting hell all morning from Cottonelle and Charmin, who are demanding that I fix them a special dinner tonight to celebrate Global Cat Day. If you're a cat person, do something nice for your cat today. And a special happy birthday to our friend Cindy Weatherall Davis down there in Dallas. Happy birthday, Cindy. And this is a huge week for Chillie's Cruises. We got Pittsburgh Jason and Cindy Lee are going to be sailing on the Carnival Horizon this afternoon. I'm not sure when Cindy was traveling. I know Jason got on a plane at 7 o'clock this morning, so he's in Miami. I don't know if he's gotten to the ship yet or not. I'm not sure about his schedule there, but they would have landed in Miami already. So, we're going to be hearing from them during the week, probably numerous times. It's an 8-day cruise. And by the way, if you notice my background this morning, just to celebrate them sailing today, the background was the route that they will be taking as they sail from Miami this evening. They go to Aruba and then to Curacao and then La Romana in Dominican Republic, and then around to, I guess, my favorite port anymore in Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. I just loved Amber Cove. Great place. The Canna Bar, I think it's called. It's got a fabulous swim-up bar, huge pool, right in the center of things. It was good food. I sat there all afternoon drinking pina coladas, which I might do. I break away from bourbon a little bit on a cruise. But anyway, they're going to Amber Cove later on in the week. And so, that's just a lot of stuff happening there. Tomorrow on Cruise Amigos, we're going to have our lovely writer friend, Janine Williamson, who's just home from the Celebrity Apex over there in the UK. So we'll be talking about that. And we got a bunch of other stuff to catch up with Janine because we haven't talked to her for a while. And then I'm especially excited about Thursday. Some of you may remember that have been following me for a while, back about, I'm not even sure of the date. I should have looked it up, but it was 14, 15 months ago. On the Cruise Amigos, we interviewed Pam Hoffey of Avalon Waterways and did a show way back then on river cruising. And Pam was just a lovely guest. Well, one of the people that saw the link for that show and watched the show is a big Avalon Waterways a customer. And her name is Bethany Bartley, and she lives in Tampa. And she travels to Europe and has done several Avalon cruises. She participated in that show in the chat with some of our regulars. And I happened to see her on Facebook and sent her a message to thank her for being on the show. And she and I discovered that we had a lot in common. She has 2 cats. I have 2 cats. She loves cruising, even though she's a river cruiser and I'm an ocean cruiser. And she's a big sports fan and I'm a big sports fan. So we, over the time period, have traded some information back and forth. Well, she started last week on, and I don't remember if it was on Pete's group Cruises for Solos are one of the groups that I am a part of over in Europe. She started posting some of her pictures from some of her Avalon Waterways cruises that are just wonderful, because she's getting ready to go on another one here soon. So I sent her a message and I said, I want to do a show with you and use some of your pictures and talk about river cruising. I want to interview you and we'll talk about river cruising. So we got that set up for Thursday. And then a little bird tells me that Pam Hoffey, the CEO of Avalon Waterways, might be in the audience that day in the chat room. So I'm really excited about Thursday. That's going to be fun. I'm be glad to bring Brittany on and interview her about that. Then Friday, I think we're going to have, if we can get the Wi-Fi signal. Of course, things are always dependent on Wi-Fi signal on ships, but I'm hoping that we'll have our old buddy Pete, who's going to be on Anthem of the Seas. I think it is one of the ships over there in the UK. That'll be on Friday. So we got a really full week ahead. Going to be a fun weekend, and that's just, who knows what's going to happen from, Elizabeth and on location. We gotta have some stuff from her, of course. All right, in the news, Tampa welcomes its first cruise ship in 19 months today. That's awesome. Carnival Magic visits Princess Cays. The third Princess ship sails. AIDAsol sails today. We're going to talk about that. Spirit announces new Caribbean destination. 50 Cent TLC to headline a new Riviera Maya music event. And Carnival raises $300,000 for St. Jude. This and more today on Saturday Travel and Cruise Industry News. All right, weekend cruise ship sailing. It's another busy weekend here in the States. From Fort Lauderdale, we've got the Celebrity Edge leaving on a 7-nighter. Over in Galveston, the Carnival Breeze, a 5-nighter. Carnival Vista, 7-nighter. Out in Long Beach, Los Angeles, Long Beach, got the Carnival Panorama on a 7-nighter today. We've got Los Angeles, San Pedro, the Majestic Princess leaves on a 7-nighter. Down in Miami, of course, we've got Symphony of the Seas for a 7-nighter. MSC Meraviglia for a 7-nighter. And of course, Carnival Horizon with Cindy Lee and Jason Garland on board on an 8-nighter from Miami. Port Canaveral will see Carnival Elation sail on a 5-nighter and the Mardi Gras on a 7-nighter. Seattle, the Norwegian Encore, a 7-nighter to Alaska, and the American Spirit for a 7-nighter. And of course, the headline news today, Tampa will see the Serenade of the Seas sail on a 5-nighter. And tomorrow, since we don't have a Travel and Cruise Industry News tomorrow, from Baltimore, the Carnival Pride will sail on a 7-nighter. From Bayonne, Oasis of the Seas on a 7-nighter. Fort Lauderdale, Celebrity Equinox on a 3-nighter. Odyssey of the Seas on a 6-nighter. Galveston tomorrow will see the Carnival Dream leave on a 6-nighter and Liberty of the Seas on a 7-nighter. Miami will see Norwegian Gem on a 4-nighter, Carnival Freedom on a 7-nighter. New York Manhattan, Norwegian Breakaway on a 7-nighter. New Orleans Carnival Glory on a 7-nighter. Port Canaveral Carnival Magic on a 6-nighter. The Divina on a 7-nighter. Allure of the Seas on a 7-nighter. And San Diego is going to see the Koenigsdam sail tomorrow. Wow. Busy couple days for cruising from the U.S. The restart efforts are in full swing. Now, from Elizabeth on location, this is your Name the Port quiz for today. One of Elizabeth's ports. Not going to give any hints. We'll just let you guess in the chat box, and I will try to follow along. Or I might just have to go back and check it. Yeah, we'll see. I got a lot of stories to cover this morning, so I might not be able to follow the chat that well today. So we'll see. how I can do with doing multi things at once. Not very well, as most of you know. Okay. The lead story, of course, is on Tampa opening up a new city. Of course, that's in Florida. Tampa welcomes the first cruise ship in 19 months. Royal Caribbean's Serenade of the Seas has the honor of being the first cruise ship to depart Tampa since the shutdown. The vessel scheduled to sail today from is scheduled to sail from Port Terminal 6 today in Tampa. Now, the Serenade of the Seas will spend the fall and winter offering mostly 4- and 5-night voyages to the Western Caribbean. After spending the winter home ported in Tampa, Serenade of the Seas will head north for Alaska for the summer 2022 season. Now, some of you may or may not know that one of the things that's necessary in Tampa is that the ships can only be a certain height because they have to go under a bridge. So there are limits. The largest ship sailing today, the Oasis class, for instance, cannot sail to Tampa because of the bridge. So it has to be a maximum of a certain height. And I don't know the exact size. But anyway, Serenade obviously fits that description. So it can get in there, as do several other ships that sail from Tampa. You know, Carnival always has a ship going in there, and there'll be a Carnival ship starting later on this month. But anyway, welcome aboard Tampa. It's good to have you back. And that's one of the, as soon as I can get going again, which looks like more and more now it's going to be in next year, before the cruise lines will let oxygen folks on board. Legitimately on board. Some people have been getting on, and we're not real sure about the legitimacy of that. But anyway, at least the Carnival non-brands have made it very clear until the end of March, they don't want anything to do with somebody that's on oxygen. I understand. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Take care. Keep the people that are sailing now safe before you mess with people like me. And yeah, I want to start cruising as soon as I can, but much rather we take extra steps to keep everybody safe out there than that. All right. Anyway, I'll get there one of these days. Now that's Princess Cays. I was not totally aware of this because so many of the ships have been sailing to the Bahamas, especially after the Bahamas edict that that let the cruise ships basically sail with fully vaccinated staff, crew, and passengers. I was not aware that nobody was going into Princess Cays. Carnival Magic became the first cruise ship to return to the private destination of Princess Cays in the Bahamas. Now it was earlier in the week. It's the first vessel to visit the destination since the operations were suspended in March of 2020. I was not aware of that. Princess Cays is a private destination located in the south of Eleuthera Island in the Bahamas. Many class it as a private island, as it's basically just for cruise visitors from Carnival and cruise ships that call there. I mean, that part I knew, but I was just not, it had gone over my head that they weren't going to Princess Cays. I just assumed that was one of the normal stops. So that was back going again. So, all right, yesterday, the Emerald Princess departed Los Angeles on a 14-night Panama Canal cruise that will end in Fort Lauderdale. I should have made note of that yesterday, and it was one of the things that just got shuffled, and I didn't. She became the third Princess ship to restart. The ship is scheduled to arrive in Fort Lauderdale on October the 30th and will operate a series of 10-night Panama Canal cruises round trip through December of 2021. available to passengers who have been fully vaccinated at least 14 days prior to the beginning of the cruise and can provide proof. All guests must also provide a negative medically observed PCR or antigen COVID-19 test taken within 2 days of embarkation. Now, that's going to be sailing from Florida, and you know how the governor over there is. So is that going to cause problems? Is he going to go after Princess Cruise Line? Of course, that's one of Carnival's. I have a feeling we're going to hear more on that in the days ahead once she gets over there to Florida. All right. Very rarely do we talk about AIDA cruises. This one has some interest to us. AIDA Cruises has been operating in Europe for quite a few months now. It's a Carnival-owned, German-based cruise line, and it's going to be making its return to the Caribbean. It's doing this in grand style. Today, the AIDAsol is going to depart on a 40-day cruise from Germany, Hamburg, Germany, sailing to the Caribbean. On the way, the ship will be making several stops in France, Spain, and the Canary Islands. Before she makes her Atlantic crossing, the vessel is then expected to make its first Caribbean call on October the 30th. It'll be visiting Barbados, St. Lucia, the ABC Islands, and St. Martin before heading back to Europe. AIDAsol will make 2 more stops in Portugal and 1 in France before arriving back in Hamburg. The AIDAsol will sail 2 more long voyages this winter in November and January. The vessel will sail on 2 43-day cruises from Hamburg to the Caribbean. 3 more AIDA ships will be sailing the Caribbean this winter, which will all be sailing on 14-day cruises starting and ending in the region. For all cruises to the Caribbean on board the AIDA ships, all guests must be fully vaccinated before sailing. Guests will also need to undergo a COVID-19 test before departure, and the Caribbean guests will have the opportunity to join organized tours or to explore the islands individually. So there's another option for some of you guys if you want to fly to one of the islands. If you want more information on AIDA cruises and where they're going to be sailing from in the Caribbean, just let me know. I'll get you more detailed information on that one. So that's AIDA cruises. So that's not necessarily just for our folks over on the other side of the pond now. That's for all of us, possibly. All right. This is Ponce, Puerto Rico. It's long been Puerto Rico's second city, but the southern city of Ponce is starting to see a wave of new interest from travelers. Now, the low-cost carrier of Spirit Airlines is launching a new nonstop route to Ponce, part of what local tourism officials hope is continued surge in demand for the destination. Beginning in February, Spirit will operate a new nonstop route from Orlando to Ponce, the carrier announced this week. So, you know, we've always gone to San Juan when we're dealing with Puerto Rico. Ponce is a lovely city on the south part of Puerto Rico. It's well worth visiting if you have not been there before. So that's my take on that one. Now, saw this one this morning, actually. Another new music festival is coming to Mexico's Riviera Maya. And this is from the Caribbean Journal, by the way. The new music festival is called Golden Sand, and it's the brainchild of tech firm Pollen Presents, the company behind an increasing number of Caribbean festivals. Golden Sand will be an immersive weekend of music, exploration, vacation, and relaxation taking place from January 12th to the 16th. So that's only 3 months from now, folks. So if you're interested, you need to jump on this one in a hurry. The festival will be headlined by a group of hip hop, rap, and R&B icons, including 50 Cent, TLC, Nelly, and the Ludacris, along with Jamaican star Season Paul, Destiny Child's Kelly Rowland, and T-Pain, among others. Other music stars signed on include Fat Joe, Lil' Kim, and Flo Rida. The week will include 3 daytime pool parties, 4 headline shows, and daily wellness sessions. Golden Sand is Paulin's first fully owned venture. It will be hosted by the Barcelo Riviera Maya Resort and its Maya Riviera, Maya Beach, and Maya Caribe hotels. That's coming up in Costa Maya in January. Awesome. All right, one story this week that was just a feel-good thing. After the 19 months that Carnival didn't sail, most of us that have been on Carnival ships have taken part in the Groove for St. Jude deck parties on the Carnival ships. Well, it's a fundraiser by Carnival for St. Jude Children's Hospital. 19 months, wasn't anybody raising money for St. Jude's from Carnival. In the 3 months since Carnival Cruise Line restarted operations, the line, along with its guests, have raised $300,000 for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital with the Groove for St. Jude deck party. Congratulations to not only Carnival, but to all the guests that have taken part on Carnival ships in the last 3 months. That's awesome. Wonderful charity. I myself have taken part on several Carnival ships myself on the deck parties. So go buy a t-shirt. That helps them out. Or make a donation. All right. So hi, we got the quiz for the day. I'll flash this back up. I have no idea if anybody's guessed it or not, so I got to go look. Tom Henry's with us. Hey, Elizabeth with us. Buenos dias, Chile, she says, down in Mexico, hot and sunny there in paradise. Yeah, she had some rough work yesterday. Right after the show, she had to walk all the way to the beach. Poor Elizabeth. Oh, my goodness. And spent the day at the beach. Tough life. Kenneth's with us. Hey, Kenneth, I'm Pennsylvania. Good morning, everybody, from Ken and Robin. Raining and 50 degrees yesterday. It was a beautiful 82. Hope everybody has a great day. Yeah, we're going to have a decent day here again today, too. It's getting up in the 80s. It's not killer hot, but a nice weather. I'm planning on going out and doing some work on the truck today to empty it of, all the junk and stuff that's still in it. So I'm going to get outside a little bit this afternoon. Amy's with us up in New England. Hi, Amy. How you doing? Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Hi, Sonny. Carol's with us. Says hi to everybody. So that can't be all the comments. Why am I not showing any more comments than that? I hope I haven't been off air or anything. I wonder why. No guesses yet. No guesses on the. Yeah, I see Elizabeth just popped in. No guesses yet on the thing. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll save that one for another day. Everybody's busy today, I guess. All right, guys. We will use that quiz show again on Monday, since nobody had any guesses for it today. Sonny says not chatty today. How's my physical therapy going? Terrific. Monday is my last day that is covered by Medicare. So I found out that I can still continue with these guys because I love what they've done for me. I am so much better off now than I was when I started with the pulmonary PT. For the same price I would spend to go back to the Y, I can continue with these guys as many times a week as I want to. And that's been doing me tremendous amount of good. I'm going to continue after Monday. I'm going to continue on with these guys for indefinite period of time, I hope. So that's what it is. Amy says, do you have an idea of what ship you want to cruise on first when you feel safe enough to go back? Not really, Amy. I'm probably, as soon as I find some ships that will let oxygen folks go, I will probably book it. I am feeling the only thing between me and actually going now is I'm still waiting for the backup battery for my little portable unit. So last night I used the portable unit to go to dinner, and it was a little slow because restaurants tend to be a little slow now when they're having trouble staffing. And I have an hour and a half on that I know of on the battery. Well, it got up to about an hour and 15 minutes. And I said, nah, we got to get out of here. I got to get home to get back to my oxygenator. So I still have a few issues to work out with that. As far as me feeling safe enough to cruise and get on a ship, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I don't have any problem with getting on airplanes now or flying as long as I can work out the oxygen into things. The numbers, like even in Florida, who was having such tremendous problems, the numbers are looking good throughout much of the South. Texas, the same way. Numbers are starting to look much better. They're starting to look better here in Virginia, which is why we've loosened up a little bit this past week and started going out to dinner some. We're still trying to socially distance as much as we can. We're using our masks when we're going to be in situations where we don't know. Well, I'm not going to take risks, but I would have no problem at all with going to Florida, to any of the cruise ports, to getting on any of the ships. And yeah, I know there are issues on some of the cruise lines or on some of the ships. That's going to happen until this thing is eradicated totally. We're going to find cases on cruise ships. The thing that I find the most encouraging about it, and I'll stay on my soapbox on this one, is the protocols work. What they're doing works. They immediately isolate people. They immediately check and see who else has been exposed to the people that test positive. So, yes, and there are still issues on some ships. Somebody that I don't want to mention his name, but everything he posts has to do with an outbreak on another ship. I just choose not to do that, folks. Yeah, there's issues on ships. CDC is on top of it. They've got the color chart. Anybody in the world can check and see what ships they're looking at, what's ones they've witnessed the issues and so forth. I would have no problem at all traveling. My problem is to making sure that I have this taken care of. But other than that, as soon as the cruise lines start accepting without any, bad feelings, oxygen, guess I'll go in a heartbeat, and I'll start sailing all the time again. I love it. So I will start that. Nikki's with us. She said hi. She said hi from Jacksonville. Oh, Tom Henry missed the question. Okay, Tom Henry, let's see if I got to go back over here and come down here and flip it up. The question is, what port is that? Does that one ring a bell to anybody? That's the what port am I question of the day from Elizabeth on location down in Cozumel. Anyway, that's today's question. Let's see, where'd we go here? Tom Henry says, I used my second EMED COVID test yesterday at 5 a.m. before the surgery. Loved the queue. I was next in line. Nice. I was worried they wouldn't have a proctor so early. Well, obviously they did. Hope you're feeling better, Tom. Glad to know it's about the home test so early. Let's get Chillie weaned off of O2. Man, I wish I could. I'd like that. Port Nassau. Nope, that's incorrect, Sonny. Sorry. Wrong one. But we'll use this again on Monday. Okay. And who knows what's going to happen by Monday. I'm sure we will hear from Jason and Cindy on board the Horizon as they sail off tonight somewhere around 6 o'clock or so. I'm not sure. Well, let's see if I have the time it sails. It sails at, it says 1600, so that's 4 o'clock it's supposed to sail. That's an early sail, 4 o'clock. Well, we'll see if they get off on time. That's always a challenge anymore. But anyway, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I hope you'll join us tomorrow on the Cruise Amigos. That's at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, 1 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 7 p.m. British Summer Time. I think they're still on BST. I don't think their clocks have changed yet. At least I haven't heard that. And Janine Williamson will be our guest tomorrow. And I'd like, that's always fun because I like to give Janine a hard time about anything. And I got several things to give her a hard time about this time too. So she'll be on. So that'll be fun tomorrow for Amigo Martin and Amigo John and yours truly. And then next week, don't forget, man, Thursday's going to be a great day for us here on this channel. And Friday, old buddy Pete will be back with us, I hope, if we get the right kind of signal. All right. Going to wrap me up for today, guys. You guys all have just a tremendous weekend. Hope everybody has a great time all weekend with whatever you're doing. And safe seas and happy sailing to Jason and Cindy on the Carnival Horizon later today. Wish I was with you guys. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all. I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.